When we first came to Chole 20 years ago, in this village there was only one person who had ever progressed beyond primary school. And even at that time there wasn't a primary school on this village. They went to the neighbouring island for school, or to play, as people said. A consequence of that was there was nobody in this village who had formal employment. There was nobody in this village who had a profession in the academic sense or who worked for government. And when we sat and discussed with the elders of this village how they imagined we could work with them, with the hotel as we wanted to do, they said to us that what they really wanted was health as a safety net, so that they didn't have catastrophic events in their lives that they couldn't recover from, and they wanted education.
We were extremely worried when we got involved with this project that our lodge would do what most lodges do, and that is destroy the community they're in and, destroy the nature. And so from the outset we were very concerned that what we did would benefit the community, and we've found out that most of our guests actually have the same concern. They want to be able to travel to beautiful places, but they don't want to mess the place up, and they want to help the people that are living there. And so, well, I guess our mission statement says it best, and that is that we're committed to responsible tourism that brings real benefits to our community and supports wildlife conservation. I guess that sums it up.
Mimi kwa kweli ndoto yangu kwa upande wa jamii na mimi mwenyewe, ndoto yangu ninachotaka watoto wetu waendelee vizuri, wasome. Hamu yangu hasa ninachotaka watoto wasome, na nina uchungu. Nataka kila mtoto alofaulu lengo lake na lengo la kufaulu nataka afikie kule kwenye degree.
I'm originally from Seattle, Washington, and I spent several months, if not years, in Africa. And recently when I heard of the Chole Mjini Trust fund that Jean and Anne de Villiers have started that has to do with educating the local population, both Leslie and myself were very impressed. I'm a firm believer that the greatest gift we can give anyone is that of an education, regardless of age. And the fact that they are willing to start educating the young villagers here, to me, is very important.
Slowly over the years, we're beginning to make fantastic progress. This has enabled us, outside of the government-funded primary school, our trust fund is supporting a kindergarten. So it starts at a very young age where the children are going to an educational establishment, they're stimulated, they have the opportunity to learn English, they also have a daily meal, and the mothers, most importantly, have time to go and pursue other economic activities. So that very first step with the kindergarten, which is funded by the trust, is very liberating for the children, for the families, for the mothers, for the children's health. And we see already that has had a very big difference in the performance of our children in primary school.
Naitwa Huja na ni mwalimu wa hapa katika Chole kindergarten. Nimepata mafunzo kutoka chuo cha Montessori Dar es Salaam mwaka 2005 mpaka 2006. Nimeanza kazi mwaka Januari 2007 mpaka leo naendelea hapa na watoto kufunza.
Naitwa Johari Rajabu. Ni mwalimu nilioanzisha, yani mwanzilishi wa hii chekechea toka mwaka imeanza mwaka 2000. Mimi ndoto zangu kwamba sitaki hiki kituo kifo. Hiki kituo kiendelee. Ndoto zangu kwamba kituo kiendelee na vifaa vya ufundishaji viongezeke.
So our pass rates are going up, but still the pass rates are about 50%. So we have kids that are not eligible to continue forward in education. So the Trust also funds a learning centre. And the learning centre, as well as providing tuition for the kids that are at school and helping them with the language transition between primary school, which is taught in Kiswahili, and secondary school, which is taught in English, we have employed a teacher who helps them with this language transition, helps them with tuition too, those children that are in secondary school, but also provides adult education for the kids that are no longer eligible for mainstream education. And that has been it started up, it was necessary because our failure rates were very high, but it's turned out to be a very positive step because Mafia is changing very fast, and even without a school leaver certificate, if you have English, if you have some basic computer administrative skills, many of our kids who have stuck at it and gone and spent time down at the learning centre in the village, we find are now employed in the tourism industry as waiters, as guides, as boatmen. And so the number of people that are now employed on Chole has risen beyond most of our dreams.
Hello, my name is Villiers. I'm an English teacher over here at Chole Learning Center. Over here we have two main courses, English course as well as computer skills. We have a lot of students over here, both primary and secondary students as well as adults. Okay, let us talk about simple present tense. When we talk about primary students, after their classes in school, they used to come here for their remedial classes. Yeah, and for those secondary students, they come here during the holiday. Simple present tense, this has no change of form in a verb, but we only add s or es if the subject is single, as follows.
Au awe na angalau na muamko tu mbele, apate angalau kazi iliyokuwa nzuri ili muendeleze kimaisha. Sasa ninachotaka mimi mtoto asome kuanzia form 1 mpaka form 4 mpaka degree. Mbele huko naona kama tukipata watoto wakasoma, wakapata muamko kama huo, watatuinua kimaisha. Sisi ndo tunaenda hivi, tushakuwa watu wazima, wao ndo watatusaidia. Uongo akiwa mtoto kama Mohamed yuko hospitali, nikenda atanipa huduma. Nikiwa na mtoto kama mwingine yuko mwalimu shuleni, anakwenda mwanangu anasoma, atamsaidia, atamsomesha. Na sehemu mbalimbali watoto wakiwa kwa halmashauri hapo kikazi, uongo tunajua kijiji chetu watakitetea kinamna gani. Pia naona ndio itakuwa kama mwamko fulani wa maendeleo hapo kijijini.
They wanted education so that they could reach that other world, or even when the other world reached out to them, they could tell if it was truthful or otherwise, in their benefit or otherwise. They felt that they were too short. Nobody listened to them. They couldn't participate in the national, even in the international economy. Nobody could afford secondary school. But nowadays we have made a promise to the children of this community that if they pass and continue to pass, we will try and find the funds that will enable them to continue with their education. So where parents in other islands have to sell cows, they have to sell land to raise the funding that they need to go to school, our children are secure that if they pass, they can, and their parents can plan for them to go to school. So suddenly we have this guarantee, if you like, that's been enabled by the hotel, the support that we give in terms of the administration, by the fantastic work that's done by the committees that administers this. And each year we have about 70 kids that are in secondary school, and now some of those have progressed through to tertiary education. They're doing certificates, diplomas. We have our first 2 graduates are already in formal employment. One is working as a teacher in one of the top 10 schools in Tanzania, and another has just recently been awarded a job as an administrator in an NGO, the Helen Keller Foundation. We're extremely proud of both of those, of our first graduates, and they are role models for the rest of this community. They come back really strong, able, competent young men that are actually showing us that this dream can work. They're coming home. In the beginning it was difficult because they were just from such a different world as their fishing and farming parents, and they felt a bit embarrassed, but they're getting over that now, and they're coming back and they're really helping their younger brothers and sisters also to go to school, because the money that we raise through the trust is never enough. We enable them to go to school, but we can't possibly cover all of their needs of travel, of accommodation, so the parents are still having to make a huge commitment, and these young people too now are beginning to bring back to the society. We have another 3 graduates this year. One of them has now got a job at the local hospital, and that dream that people from this island would be in positions where they can help their own is actually beginning to happen. We're seeing that this is happening and coming true.
Mimi naitwa Mtiti Muhammedi, mzaliwa wa Chole. Nafanya kazi katika hoteli Chole Mjini, housekeeping. Ndoto zangu za baadaye, nataka nijifundishe mwenyewe kushona, yani kudalizi mashuka, kushona nguo za wanawake na za wanaume kwa baadaye. Yani hapa nafanya kwa miaka kadhaa, nikiwa malengo yangu.
I was born in 1995. I started the primary school in 2002 on Chole village. My dream is to be a lawyer.
I want to be a teacher in primary school.
My dream is English teacher.
Maybe you can say that you will be the teacher.
My future plan is to be a doctor, but my dream for now, I need to continue in my education. I mean, from 6th level until university.
I'm so involved in educating people that years ago I started an academic tutoring company in Seattle with great results. And I would like to continue supporting any organization that is willing to educate people, especially in third world countries. So Leslie and I made a donation to the Chole Mjini Trust, and I would like others to consider doing the same. Thank you.
What I can say about my dream is I wish one day I could study more.
Number one.
We're beginning now to really see we're planning for tomorrow. And it's an exciting time to be here. It's a very exciting time to be here. Thank you.
Number one.